Welcome back to part number 19 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as the Bosporan Kingdom. We just finished a war with Rome. The loyalties are trending up, even with the 16 point whatnot stability there. I have a +5 provenance tick, as well as a government traditions great wonder that gives me a +0.7 tick. And all of that is coming together with a largely Hellenic population to where we are not really feeling any sort of strain. Except here, which I believe... well, there's corruption. Whatever the case is, it's reasonably loyal. And that's about the size of it. I am about to declare war on Egypt after the Seleucids, and that'll trigger the Seleucids here in Media Felix, after which I intend to take Makkah, who is presently at war with the Persians. We'll bounce up to Parthia and probably into Bactria, all at a very high aggressive expansion, to where we'll take none, and we'll just take 100 war score out of each. At which point, there's no real knowing. Can we even file a... we can, though. We'll file a claim against Moria just because. I may already have one that may have been wasted. PI, who knows? I have hired mercs here. They're headed down into the distal aspect of our holdings here. We have no proper armies at all in the area. I hired these 2 bruisers. We have a lot of cohorts relative to the competition in this area. And we have levies available as well. I called up another army here from Colchis. It's a half-decent sized army. I found that moving some pops into these cities, they're essentially as full as they're going to get without building a lot of aqueducts. And we pay a fair clip for aqueducts. Our wonder coming online should help with the build cost for 7.5%. But Torica essentially is built. These pops are, becoming more numerous, and I can't afford at this point to put them into new cities that I'm going to build. I have PI to spend on wonders, claims, various other things. So they're going to have to move, and then actually this province here is nice. It's nice and long. You can get them to this territory here, and then here. Bounce the pops here, and then what I did is I filled up these cities here with Bosporan proper from the steppe. Didn't really cost all that much money because of the positioning or shape of these provinces. You can really move pops a great distance for a little amount of money and time. And these guys are going to promote up into higher order citizens, and that should raise the count of this legion that I raised here significantly over a fairly short period of time. Our army maintenance is rising, but we also have a lot of mercs. I've landed here in our holdings in former Egypt. This is ready for Cernassia, and I have these 40k or whatnot, 80k headed up here to hold this front or advance down here while also preventing any breakouts. Our war goal is Memphis. You'll note we can't declare war, but we can, though. We can. We're just going to pop this. We're going to lose our omen power. Let's see exactly how much taxes we're going to lose. We're at 85.24 presently. And now we are at... and that wasn't as bad as I thought. And that's a pleasant surprise. Let's see what we can do to raise our stability above the threshold here. Who is that? It's a Hellenic guy. Hellenic, who are you? Cybele. Boom. So our stability is now above the threshold again to declare. We can indeed engage. Egypt, Kush, the Persian Empire. What the Western Delta is about, I think we got that for whatever the case. We're going to go with Memphis. And to carry on here, let's... theoretically, we could establish some adjacency to Kush. but we'd have to separate peace to make it worth our while. And there's no way to separate peace with them as we're not adjacent and don't have diplomatic connectivity or range. So it would have to be taken out in the primary peace deal, which means we're not going to worry about it other than slaughtering his troops. So the plan here is to advance here and have these armies here secure the war goal and advance through here. Again, these guys here and these armies in this area. And I have an idea here. As long as we are in the area, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't declare on the Egyptian revolt as well. We can claim 100 war score out of them as well. They're right here. And then we won't have to go traipsing off to parts unknown, really. Makkah is at war with the Egyptian revolt as well, I see. I wonder if we should declare a simultaneous war against Makkah as well, so we can de-exile this whole lot and carry on with that effort as well. As I'd like to have this part of the Persian Empire, but Makkah is there. And I suspect that the moment my troops are wandering through there, he'll peace out and cause them to become exiled. In fact, I could spin up a yarn about we found out that's his motive, and that could be a good casus belli for declaring war on him. The problem with this logic is, number one, it's an ambitious plan, and I only have so many troops in the area. We're looking like we can pull a quick and out right now. Really quick and quick out. I think the longer this goes on, the greater the chance that the Egyptian revolt and Egypt will come together, shake hands, hug one another, and say, you know, thanks for coming by, a Bosporan kingdom, but, you know, we're peace now, so you're no longer needed. And I think that it's been known to happen that they can just say, like, nope, go home, and then our war would end and we'd get nothing. So maybe we'll leave the Egyptian revolt alone. We'll just concentrate on Egypt, and then we can maybe pivot immediately to the Egyptian revolt if we can create some adjacencies. And that sounds like a more reasonable plan. I think they'll be less incentivized to join or reconcile with one another. And then we can like hammer Makkah, just really quicken out as opposed to chasing down stragglers here and there, and while we chase down these stragglers. And yeah, that's the plan. The siege of Memphis just fell. Let's carry on here. Grab some PI for some manpower. With our siege wonder sapping and all those engineers we carry about with us here, we were able to siege down this fort effectively about as fast as this guy occupied this territory here. He's headed here for this other provincial capital, but I didn't bother trying to mitigate his movement. We just waited for that siege to fall, and I think we should obliterate that army as well. What goes on in the war? We have about half our war score needed. We're chasing down various sorts. We've deoccupied the capital. We're gonna it's decolonized now. We need to take this for whatever reason. We'll head over here. We're sieging down that. This is headed to this fort. We're occupying this. This guy is holding up. We're sieging down that. We're headed for this capital territory. The Media Felix has divided in half. A civil war. We're at war with him as well now. That's about the size of it. We just dropped. I forgot all about this guy. He's been quietly sieging down that fort. I'll take it, no problem. Maybe we can end this war and we won't have to raise another holy site. No, that's a decent idea. Looks like we can peace out with that revolt. We just stack wiped an army here again. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna position myself next to the revolt, fairly deep in here. We have a 96 war score. It looks as though the war has gone on about a year and a half or thereabouts. We could wait to separate peace, or we could just get on with our day. I need to figure out what to take so I can establish adjacencies here. Get this Memphis area for the Argead Empire. It's almost like we should... Yeah, but there's nothing left to take, so... Yeah, peace out. Not exactly sure why we can separate peace with media, because it's 100% occupied. We still shouldn't really, I don't think... Yikes. Well, I did that. I probably shouldn't have, because by my best reckoning, it's against the rules, and I've been enforcing the rules on the AI, but apparently I just didn't enforce it on myself, so no more of that. Well, what's done is done, so it's just a small little territory there, we'll not worry. What we are going to do here is take most of this territory here so that we can get adjacency to this area here. That leaves us here. We need to get that. That we want to become adjacent to the revolt. We're not adjacent to the revolt though, are we? Well, the revolt really wasn't part of the plan to begin with anyway. We were going to pivot to Makkah, and maybe our capital will be close enough to the Egyptian revolt to be within control range. Is there any other little tiny little whatnots here? We'll have that. And that. We can't have that. Let's do it. We'll take the funding surely. More money, we'll have that as well. Alright, so I stood down the levies. I dismissed a couple of mercs. Let's see if there are any about. I just hired 1 merc, 2 mercs. I think there's an... Yeah, this guy's... I could hire him, I suppose. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll hire him as well. And we'll de-exile him almost immediately. The plan is to get these guys marching back to de-exile themselves. These guys will de-exile here. We'll mull about here. De-exiling activities, get ourselves positioned appropriately for an attack on the Egyptian revolt. Let's see if we can get this guy in a port. We can pick him up. So if we attack the Egyptian revolt, we have a claim here. Mesopotamia. It looks like I have a claim in Mesopotamia, oddly enough. I'd swear I filed it here in Assyria. Oh, in Mesopotamia. Yeah, that's where I... Okay, the provenance of. Oh, then that works. So there's a claim here. And we have you in the area. We have this de-exiled army headed up here. We'll have him take care of this fort. We can summon some levies to take care of the levy there. And then where are you going? You're going up there. Okay, and go up there. It's good. Or better yet, to perhaps say down here. No, up there. Up there, yeah. We'll go up here. This guy is headed here. This unit here headed up here. The fleet will pick these guys up and drop them here to secure this aspect of the Egyptian revolt. I think then they can wander up this slot and head against Makkah. The Egyptian revolt is oddly allied with both the Persian Empire and the Persian Revolt. So apparently we'll end up at war with both of them, which will allow us to claim more Persian territory. The problem is that Makkah is presently occupying this aspect of the Persian Revolt, and these Egyptian revolt provinces as well. But if we declare war on Makkah and take this Egyptian revolt out, it'll give us less trouble. But in a grander scheme, if we declare war on Makkah, we'll be able to attack Makkah down this slot here, de-exile this Persian group, de-exile this Egyptian revolt, and claim it during the war prize or war negotiations with the Egyptian revolt. We can make it hopefully really quick. We can take this. We'll take this territory as well from the revolt. We'll claim this and this area and Persian Empire here. And that's really all that's left of the Persian Empire. There's these revolt guys up and through here. We'll call up levies to cope with that. And we'll hopefully be able to do it really quick and out. And then the fleet will be about here. We're going to sail around the Horn here. And base around in here. At which point these armies will all be congregated or aggregated here. We'll pop Parthia, Bactria, probably then Moria, and then we'll make our way back for Egypt, Rome, and then Carthage. Is all that actionable in a timely manner? You know, Moria may be a bit of a stretch, but I think Parthia and Bactria are doable. I'll be back to you when I'm ready to start the war. I was thinking on taking a 2.5% tax modifier, get us a little bit more money. We still have 2 in the bank. I suppose we could take some discipline, but where would the discipline be? Here. That gets us closer. Here is not bad, and foundries are not really all that bad either, I suppose. They're probably better things to have, as we have cohorts enacted and have all kinds of legions that we can call up now. So the discipline is less relevant, although you have to general these guys and our wages are rising as well. So maybe we'll get more done with less. That sounds as reasonable as not. Let's take that as well. Keep 1 in reserve. While awaiting, I depopulated a few. I moved some pops, not down through here and into these fine Colchian cities. So we have filled out these Bosporans here. Phasis as well, I believe here as well. I'm going to spend a little more money and sort of populate or move pops about. Some Bosporans probably could move here that are mulling about in the countryside. Get us a higher levy or legion count over time. We burned through a fair clip of production or corruption, 0.11 exactly. So we are able to take 42 for 10 corruption or 21. I want more. These units have returned. I'm going to load them up on the fleet here. We will go and pick up this unit as well here. These units are approaching our war goal. This merc is headed back down to Mesopotamia. And these are generally in the right area. I want to get these wars declared immediately. And perhaps maybe not so much so. We want to be able to... I can call up a levy. I'm going to wait. Persia might peace out with Makkah, and then who knows, really, if the war starts. We, I think we'll take the stability here, just because we're stability challenged. I think we are ready here to declare war on Makkah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right here. West Oman is not here, but it's good enough. Let's force march right in there. We want to declare war immediately on the Egyptian revolt as well. Now, I note that I can claim that, or that. And it wouldn't let me claim these areas unless I was able to annex them in a war, so I'm assuming that I'll be able to take this in a war agreement or a peace agreement. So let's trigger the Persian revolt, the Persian Empire, and the Egyptian revolt. And now it is on. All of this area is weapons free. We can annex the Persian Empire here, irrespective of whether Makkah has occupied it or not. I've consolidated these armies. I'm going to drop them off here. I'm going to leave this area be. I don't want it right now. There are some claims available, I think, which is probably a decent idea to exercise. We can use that free PI we just received. These guys have been, you know, going back and forth with one another for quite some time. It's probably a safe bet to where this may go through and be actionable. I don't think we're within range of you. I could send a couple of armies up here and then take by boat around this horn here. I probably will do that, as irrespective of what happens, the armies are going to pivot up here inland to engage Parthia and Bactria, and the fleet won't be of much use in any way, even responding to a Carthaginian or Roman attack. What could it do, really? All the armies are going to be here, and we'd have to hire mercs anyway. So I'm going to drop a couple of armies here. They'll take this, roll up this slot, and then the other armies will go around the bend here and attack the war goal. These armies are sieging the war goal here. This one has a full belly and it can engage with this target, which will cost it food. This one does not, but it's going to siege this fort, which is in this province, which we hold the capital of, so it will replenish food while it sieges. I called up this unit. Was going to engage with the Persian revolt, but he didn't answer the call of the Egyptian revolt, so it's just the Egyptian revolt and the Persian Empire, as well as Makkah. This merc is about to, let's force march him down there just to be safe, or to do what we do. If we can take that capital, Makkah can't annex it. So we need to get there before Makkah decides to annex that aspect of the Persian Empire. We have another stability event. I'll take it. I'm going to deploy this army up here for our next goal of Parthia. I think when this one finishes the siege, it'll go up there as well. These armies are headed around the bend. We've deoccupied Susa, and Makkah can no longer annex that territory. We're looking to de-annex this aspect of the Egyptian revolt as well. Come on, baby. We've done it. So Makkah can no longer annex this territory either. Let's go head down here. We'll meet this guy on the way down. These units are headed up. Probably assault this fort and just get on with our day. Our war goal is occupied. These units are redeploying up to Parthia, using our roads. They should get there quicker than not. Before I forget and top out, we're going to take heavy infantry offense here, and we'll get that much closer to, well, we'll never get here. It says we're outside naval range, but it doesn't matter because of our, I believe, wonder here provides us with the ability to monthly repair at sea, 0.20. This unit here is just sort of mulling about. We have a lot of units on the way. I'm going to send them up here. I just assaulted this fort with the merc. We're going to send him up there as well. He'll recover by the time he gets there. I think we'll do much the same here as well. We've done it. This guy is on the prowl though, however, so maybe we'll go here instead. and send this guy up as he's closer. I'm going to assault this fort as I don't want it to go to 99 or whatever and forget about it. Boom. Let's get these guys rolling up here. Out to this area. And we'll get this unit up here as well. Just sort of get them headed there. Well, that was interesting. Apparently, somehow, we have not as yet occupied these territories with... We took this capital long before we marched up here, but somehow Egypt was able to claim these areas and disconnect us from our prize. By my best reckoning, that would be impossible, but there it is, it happened. I really don't have any kind of clue as to why I'm still at war with the Egyptian revolt. I see no reason why not to try to close it out. Let's take this area here. I'll grab that as well. We'll have that. Seems still quite agreeable. We can have that. That. We'll take that. That. And we'll have that as well. Do we really want that? We do. We do. We can't really have anything else, so there's no reason to carry on with this war. Close it out for 7 AE. Looks as though the Persian Civil War is finally over. They're all one, well, they're not really one because they're fragmented, but theoretically they're all politically connected now. We should catch this Makan army here, and then we'll march up towards our next target, Parthia. The fleet has arrived here. We get 5 stability and about 800 gold. I'll take it. Our wonder should be completing sometime very soon. When is it again? I see. I see. What happened? It seems as though, oddly enough, we've lost our construction leader somehow. What happened here? 0 days, it says. We have all the precious metals and, well, oh, apparently it is done. That's what happened, is that the stability event was for the completion of our glorious new. We have loyalty of generals. We put that to bed. War score cost and the build cost. So I can build stuff now, such as, well, we may want another wonder. We have the money. We have an income. I was thinking of building another right here. I was thinking of making our army more efficient relative to supply and cost, as well as create more funding and local import routes for the Torcan province. Let's do it. Need to get a leader there. She looks perfect for the job. She has a 2% bonus here and a 5% bonus. She's 12. Let's put her down. See if we can get a completion date. Looks like 2,200 days or thereabouts. 659 May. 6 what? 59. That's inordinately long relative to our previous wonders. That would be because I did not assign her. And now it would be... It's the same day. It's not? 651, that works. That looks to be about a half an hour in the episode. So we just have our wonder on the way. We need to close out this Makan war before declaring on Parthia, so as to stand down our one levy. Does it matter? Probably doesn't. Just so long as I don't call up too terribly many more. But I'll try to stand this war down, as it should be able to be closed out relatively quickly, especially if we assault this fort. So, we'll probably assault you as well. We'll see what can happen there. And that's going to do it for this episode. I hope to see you in the next one.